10 years in prison, and he spent every single day doing just one thing. Whenever a guard walked by, he would deliberately get close and quietly memorize the pattern of the teeth on their keys. At night, he would sketch out what he remembered. Even the tiniest detail he'd redraw it dozens of times until he could replicate the key's exact shape with absolute precision. But that was only step one. After the guards finished their nightly rounds, he rolled up a piece of paper and slid it into the keyhole. A few taps at the bottom with a pencil, and when he pulled it out, there were 2 creases the exact length of the key. Step 3 was getting the key's outline. He grabbed another sheet of paper, pressed it against the area above the keyhole, and ran his fingers back and forth over it. Then, with a pencil, he traced the impression directly onto the paper. Now he had his blueprint. But the material to actually make the key? That was a whole different problem. Getting your hands on metal in prison was nearly impossible. Wood, on the other hand, was everywhere the moment he suggested this idea. Though, his escape partner shot it down.
Crazy. Break.
Still, they didn't have any better options. So during their shift in the workshop, Jack waited until the guard looked away and quietly pocketed a few pieces of wood, planning to smuggle them out in his thermos. But just his luck, a guard walked in right at that moment. To cover for Jack, his partner quickly made a scene, drawing the guard's attention. The guard seemed to sense something was off and immediately lined everyone up for inspection. When it was Jack's turn, his obvious nervousness instantly raised suspicion. The guard grabbed Jack's thermos, dumped out all the coffee, and gave it a few shakes. Luckily, there was no rattling sound. Jack had stuffed a rag inside beforehand. He barely scraped by. Now it was time to start making the key.